and welcome to day 22 and day 23 of my yoga challenge. The reason I've decided to club these two poses together is because, as you're going to see, one leads perfectly into the next. And it's really nice for you to spend a little bit of time in these poses, so don't rush them. The first pose that I'm going to show you is called Pigeon Pose. So it's the pose that I instantly default to when I go to the gym. Before I work out, I usually do a quick pigeon pose. And after I've worked out, especially if I've been doing weights or squats or running, I kind of fall into pigeon pose. I just can't help it. I love it. So it's really going to help to stretch out your glutes, your hamstrings, hip flexors, all of these kind of tight areas that we all have. So the way that I like to come into pigeon pose and really like to teach it is by coming onto all fours. This is going to get you in really, really nicely. So starting in your kind of normal all fours position, I'm going to show you on the right leg. So if you take your right knee towards your right hand first, that's your first step. Don't move anything else. Keep your hands just where they are. What I'm going to ask you to do then is just gently slide the right foot across towards the left hand. Okay? So I don't want you to grab it and lift it, because as you can see, when you move it, it moves a little bit more unnaturally. I want you to move it as far as it will go on its own. Just let it move itself. From here, again, the next thing that we're going to start to work back is this back leg. So you're just going to shimmy your way back, gently, 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 and you're going to aim to get the hips nice and even, both hips facing forwards. So once you have come back, just make sure that you're not kind of leaning into the right hip for me. If you do naturally lean into the right hip, you might want to get a little pillow or a rolled up towel and just place it underneath that right hip to kind of keep you from leaning in towards it. So one thing that I always like to check once I'm here is this opposite hip is coming towards the opposite heel. So again, just keep pressing down, and what you'll find when you press that hip down is that it will automatically line up your shoulders to face in front of you. Okay, so once you've got yourself in here, I'm going to get you to take your fingertips back in line with your knees, and all we're going to do is roll the shoulders back and down away from the ears. The reason this pose is called pigeon pose is because you're actually taking a nice kind of rounding into the front of the chest. So lift the chest up as a pigeon would. Your gaze is straight out along at your eye level, and all you're going to do is take a few deep breaths in here. Now what I find when I come into this pose is that my hips are always tight. My tendency is to kind of squeeze into the glutes, so try and keep the buttocks as relaxed as they will go. Give them a little shake out if you need to. And what you'll find is that any kind of anxiety or trauma or stress that your body has, it holds a lot of that in your hips. So I want you to be here. Don't come in and back out again. I want you to get in here, making sure that you haven't clenched into the jaw, into the teeth, the tongue's nice and relaxed, and try and breathe as much as you can. So this is the first pigeon pose. You can take it a lot further by lifting into the back leg. We're not going to do that today. As I say, we're going to move straight into day 23, which is our swan pose. So once you've come here, what I want you to start to do is exhale and bringing your chin down towards the ground. And then as you inhale, I want you to slowly come back up and drop the head back. So that's your inhale. Your exhale, bringing the chest forward and down. You can let the head touch down if it will go. And then roll back on an inhale. I just really find that so nice. And again, it helps me to get this transition into the swan pose. So once you've come up and down a couple of times, swan pose is where we start to then lean forward. So you can take the hands out in front and be here. And again, there's no competition in these poses. It's only what feels like enough for you. So if you come forward like this and you think, oh my gosh, I can't go any further, that's fine. You stay here. You just stay here. And as long as you're breathing and relaxing, everything will start to open up with time. If you find that you come here, you can come a little bit further. You're going to start to lower the elbows down and then dropping into the crown of the head. So the head's heavy, let it drop down. And as you let go of the head, I want you to let go of the shoulders and the belly. And eventually coming into full swan pose, you would take your hands together, sliding them out in front and dropping the forehead down onto the floor. Now just check that this hip hasn't opened up. It's still pressing in towards the opposite heel. You're dropping down again, no tension in the shoulders, no tension into the arms. It's almost like you're just allowing your body to sink in and rest into that pose. And the weight of your body is what's going to open up into your hips. So you really won't strain yourself here. And what I would say, if there's any pain in your knees in pigeon pose, just to give it a miss. The knees are very, very complex, and this is quite a strange position for them to be in, so we don't want to hurt anybody's knees. But if you can come into this and take a few breaths every day, you will find a huge, huge difference in the flexibility of your hips, your hip flexors. What it also does is stretches the glute muscle. So if you're working out and you're trying to build a bit of your glutes up, which I know lots of people are doing in the gym right now, this is going to help because it's going to stretch the glute, and then when you go back to the gym tomorrow, you're going to be able to work that muscle a little bit harder. So enjoy!